Welcome to UKPM Survival and Outdoors here on YouTube. No time for massive introductions. It's Friday the 20th of March and we're nice and secure because things have accelerated an awful lot in this ongoing situation here in the UK. Now, I've just come back from running a couple of errands and the supermarkets are absolutely crazy. The reason for that, aside from everybody is still panic buying, there's minimum amount of things on the shelves and there's a maximum purchase, I think, in some items of only one item, maybe two items, maybe three items. Okay, so people, I think what they're doing is they're going to different supermarkets, different shops. There's a lot of traffic on the road, especially in the area where I am, because there's a lot of different supermarkets. I think people are going from one to the other, just trying to get these last essentials, okay? Excuse me. The other thing is that they have announced today that the pubs in the UK are going to close tonight being Friday the 20th of March 2020. Aside from that, it's not just pubs, unfortunately. It is clubs, it is restaurants, it is anything licensed premises, gyms, health clubs, swimming pools, cinemas. It's not great, okay? There's going to be a lot of people affected by this. I'm just looking on here. Aside from the fact that the cases in the UK are now approaching 4,000, the fatalities have now gone to 177 at the last count, probably more now. These cinemas, there's 840 of them in the UK, and they obviously employ a lot of staff within those cinemas. You're talking about the pubs. There's loads of pubs here in the UK. I think something like about 500,000 people are employed. So another 75,000 of them are employed in clubs. Restaurants, 820,000 of restaurants, licensed cafes and that sort of thing across the UK effectively shut from tonight, alright? And that is a really sobering thought, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of people affected by that. The government has said that they are going to prop that up by offering, I believe it's up to 80% of wages, up to a value of £2,500 per month. Now that might change, it's just announced, and yeah, it is pretty, you know, daunting at the moment of where things are. Also, Friday the 20th of March is the day that the schools in the UK have closed, apart from pupils whose parents are what are called key workers, so people in the emergency services, nurses, doctors, carers, that side of things, okay, which means effectively now the schools are shut across the board, and I believe that's also colleges as well. That is going to further impact things because they haven't given any sort of open update from that. I've heard it on the grapevine. How true it is, I don't know, but a well-informed person seemed to think that this was going to continue until the end of the term for 2020. So I think they break up in July, so it could effectively go on until then. Home workers, a lot of people now being prompted to work from home. That is brilliant if you're working in an office role and you can take a computer home, you have access to the internet and to phones. Obviously if you're working in a factory or in on a building site or construction and that side of things, you're going to really struggle. So there's a lot of companies now that have closed for production. It's been announced that JCB is closing 9 sites. I believe that's for 1 week. Might be wrong about that, check the news, but I believe that is certainly those sites are closing for production. Along with its announcement this evening, Toyota and Nissan are closing their production as well. Ladies and gents, this is, you know, unprecedented. I've never known anything like this occur in my lifetime, and I think we are really seeing history being written at the moment. So, you know, with that in mind, going into the weekend now, a lot of people are going to be thinking, you know, what to do. I would say my humble advice with all this is, if you have been preparing, then you need to be getting these preps together and you need to be making sure that you have the provision of coping at home if you're in a lockdown situation and you are at your home, I'm going to do a separate video about that, okay, because it can affect people being cooped up for a period of you know, days, months maybe, you know, that sort of thing, you know, can really get to people. So I'm going to do a quick video about that, probably going to be over the weekend, okay, but you know, just aside from that, getting things ready, making sure that you know, things have been cooked up and stored when ready, you know, everything's squared away, you know, everything prepped up, okay. So, you know, even going as far as making sure that rechargeable batteries are charged, power banks are charged up, okay. You won't need to really worry about going out in the car. I'd say, you know, if you are planning to go out, you know, that's the thing with, you know, if you are told that you're going to be self-isolating, and again, we're going to talk about that in that video, you know, you are allowed to physically leave your house, you can go and get exercise and all that sort of thing, okay. So just making sure that you've got some fuel in your car. Public transport, you know, are people going to be using that? Are more cars going to be on the road? Are public transport going to be running? They're on about closing more in London. This is going to put extra pressure on the road network. So, you know, again, that's something to be considering about. I'm sorry that the video is really rushed. None of the glitzy, you know, bits and bobs that are normally on the videos, okay, but this is real now. This is damn real, because again, a situation like this hasn't happened in my lifetime and a lot of other people's, okay. Even in when, you know, in wars, okay, you know, we didn't close schools. Yeah, that was, you know, that was the given. Kids still got education. This is again completely unprecedented. It is new, it is evolving, and it's going to make a big impact. I know for myself, okay. I'm not going to go into the, you know, the ins and outs on the video, but the fact that now pubs, restaurants, and that sort of thing, and leisure facilities have been closed and locked down is going to put some effect on me as well. That is as far as I'm going to go with that, but it is going to put some effect onto myself. I can sympathise if you're in that sort of situation, okay. It's in terms of manufacturing and factories shutting down, again, that's going to affect me as well, okay, and again, a lot of other people. So what I would say is, you know, this is the time now where you've got to dig deep. Remember, keep your family, keep your friends close to you here, stick together, because things are getting crazy, okay. Just going into the supermarkets, you can see people are starting to now get to that point of frustration and desperation can then overspill into anger, resentment, and, you know, ultimately, I'm guessing, violence, okay. Let's hope things don't go that far, all right. I'm going to do an update video, as I say, about lockdowns and quarantines and, you know, how to cope in that sort of thing. So I think that's really important. So, you know, what can I say? You know, I'm going to do some updates as I go. You'll probably check that out on my Instagram, as always. What I would say is keep watching the channel for some updates on this, okay? Because I'm going to try and put as much on as I can in a very short space of time. So, you know, do check out the other videos, because I've done some about, you know, follow up to this. If you're just new to the channel, check out those other videos. And of course, please like, share and subscribe, turning your notifications on as well, so you can keep up to date with what's going on this channel, okay? Of course, any comments, you know, love to hear them. And until next time, thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.